All the way in the back.
Hey! So I'm a mid-20s comedian.
Congratulations.
Lucky. With a beard. Dude, it's rocking. It's happening.
So I spent a year in New York, and I just kind of felt it was swollen. You speak a little bit, and it was like, oh. And so I don't know if you know any other like up-and-coming comedians and how they're trying to like break into it. Like I'm part of like a web series and a half.
What's the half? I love that. I love the half.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I had to sign some papers, and there's not a lot of clothes, but.
Do you live in New York now?
Huh?
Do you live in New York now?
In Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was wondering if you know any like up and comers and like what they're doing and how like they're
Treading water, I assume. I mean, everyone.
I don't know. For me, it kind of feels like a scratch lottery ticket where it's just like just keep going, and maybe.
You know what a lot of my friends did? They did a lot of these showcases in LA, so it doesn't mean you have to move there, but like all the networks do these like most of them are comedic, right? The CBS one is really funny, like tries to be usually, and I think the NBC one is trying to be funny. Well, some of them are like straight up drama, and you have people doing like scripted scenes in front of all these very drunk, tired agents who don't want to watch it. But the funny ones actually get people's attention. So yeah, some of them are like diversity angled. So if you have any sort of, and that's from differently abled people to LGBT to everything. So like those showcases can be a way to like dip your toe in the LA water for like 3 months. You don't get paid, but you get to like develop your own material. You get a ton of exposure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think just creating your own content in any way that you can, whether that's podcasts or whether that's videos that you put online, and being able to control how you package yourself as opposed to waiting around for pre-existing institutions to recognize you. You know, like, why won't this pre-existing institution, recognize how great I am and give me, the same path that other people have? I think it's forging your own path, and again, like doing something that is pleasurable for you, that you would do constantly if you weren't getting paid for it. I would do this gig this week without getting paid. I am being paid. I'm having a great time regardless.
Well, what I would say is that what I do is I go to New York I try to go for 2 weeks every year. And if you live in, like I'm from Minneapolis, but if you're from Montreal or you're from Seattle, and you're like, okay, and you email all of this, and you do stand-up, for example. You can email sort of all the cool kid shows. Like, I know New York and Los Angeles both have listings. There is a very dedicated nerd in Los Angeles named Jake who has something called the Comedy Bureau, and you figure out, and you say, hey, I'm in town for these 2 weeks. And this is what I do. Here's a link to what I look like and what my stand-up sounds like. Bless you. And and then could I possibly get some stage time? But if you sort of give them 6 weeks, if you give them a month or two to think about it, see your stuff, and then. And you contact them and say, here's the window. And then I would also recommend when you move to New York or LA, you don't tell them that you moved there. You tell them you're just coming for 2 weeks. And then you get to do all those. And then you say, oh, I'm staying. And then you won't get to do them again for 6 months. But you will have done them. And hopefully you're funny enough to have made a good first impression. It's hard if you're not ready sometimes. If you make a bad impression right away, it's not going to destroy you. Some people are like, you'll never work in this town. Laugh in that person's face. Because that's insane.
And then improv is a very, communal oriented art form and
cult.
It's a benign cult, and that's all about forging relationships too. And I think what's helpful in the improv world is to do as many festivals as possible to meet as many people in all the different communities all around the country. And Carla and I have really gotten serious about doing improv festivals constantly over the last couple of years, and we already knew a lot of people, but has exponentially grown, and the gigs that we've gotten out of that, from doing one improv festival that we've gotten asked to do, 5 or 6 others, and it's led to teaching gigs nationally and internationally as well.
Yeah, and I think just being okay with doing it for free for a bit is important too. Because the more that you do that, then your reputation builds, and now we're getting paid to go to these festivals, and that's really great. Obviously.